Welcome to Book Time with Ryan. I am Ryan, and today I'll be talking about what I learned about investing from Darwin by Pulak Prasad. There it is. I enjoyed this book. I thought I knew what to expect, but I did not know what I was going to get. I guess that's fair. I thought that this book was going to be, remember, the title is What I Learned About Investing from Darwin. I thought this was going to be some kind of evolutionary look at trading. But why? Why would I do that? Well, I've read two other books that I really, really enjoyed before I started my BookTube channel. And those two books were The Hour Between Dog and Wolf, Risk-Taking, Gut Feelings, and the Biology of Boom and Bust by John Coates. Not the American John Coates. This is the English John Coates. And The Company of Strangers, A Natural History of Economic Life by Paul Seabright. I loved both of these books, and they were very cool. They just really went into what your body's doing, how trading affects you, how economics affects you physically, how different evolutionary steps have affected us, and what those changes mean for the way we interact economically. I'm not sure if that's the greatest explanation. So I kind of thought that that's what this was going to be. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't for the reasons that I thought I would. I'm not going to talk about investing in this. That's what this really is. Pulak Prasad is, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, fund manager, and his fund mostly invests in, I guess, Indian companies. Not entirely Indian companies, but for the most part, Indian companies. And I guess the fund is out of Singapore. It's really a lot of him talking about how he invests, what he looks for in a company, what he looks for when avoiding a company. His interest on the side really is, I think, pretty varied, but one of the areas is evolution and Charles Darwin, what he has learned from reading countless books about evolution and biology, and how he can apply what has happened in evolution to various themes in investing. So he would compare what he does, either targeting a specific company or the information they can provide for possible investors or owners, and how there might be some kind of animal out there or plant that has evolved in the past, and some of those themes kind of parallel. They're not directly related. So this is not like these other two books where it's specifically saying this is what your body is doing, this is what your body has developed to do, and here are the physical things that are happening and the mental things that are happening when you're trading or when you're involved in certain economic activities. It's not that. He's just making analogies between investing and evolution and Darwin teachings. So it was fun, but it wasn't what I expected. I think it's fun because he doesn't take himself seriously. And a lot of his recommendations are probably not mainstream recommendations. And he has really interesting stuff to talk about as far as evolution is concerned. It's also interesting for me because I don't know a lot about India or Indian companies or Indian culture or Indian business culture. So it gives you some of that. It's also fun because he brings up cricket, and I just did a review about Crickonomics, so check that out. And I recently did a review on Jurassic Park, so check out that review. Also, after I did the review on Jurassic Park, I also saw the movie in theaters for the 30th anniversary of the movie, and I did kind of a comparison between the book and the movie. So there's evolution in here. Topics in here are touched on in Jurassic Park, and cricket is occasionally brought up in this book too. So that's just not, probably doesn't matter to you, but it just seemed perfect timing for me. But I enjoyed it. I think even if you don't invest, it could be interesting. I think if you have an interest in markets, it's probably more interesting. And If you have an interest in evolution or anything that Darwin pushed, it could be very interesting too for you. So check it out. What I Learned About Investing from Darwin by Pulak Prasad. It's from the Columbia Business School Publishing. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good one. Bye.
Windmill, windmill for the land, the forever hand in hand. Take it